heard of question tags before? No? Do you have any idea of what those are? Question tags? No? Okay, it's okay. So I will explain. Well, question tags are grammatical elements that are collocated in the sentence in the form of a short question. Its structure opposes the sentence present before, meaning that if the sentence is positive, the question tag will be negative. And I have here how it works so that you can understand more or less what it is. So when we are working with question tags, we have two rules that we have to follow. If we have an affirmative sentence, then the question tag will be negative. And the same in vice versa. When the sentence is negative, the question tag will be positive. So here, I have some examples of how they work. So in the first case, that is when we have the affirmative sentence, the question tag will be negative. For example, she is an artist is the affirmative sentence. Then, as the rule says, we have to put this, that is the question tag, in negative. Okay, so if we have affirmative here in the sentence, the question tag will be in negative. So she is an artist. Isn't, that is the negation, she in question. So as you know, when we have questions, we put first the verb and then the subject. That's why it's like that. And in the case number 2, if we have a negative sentence, the question tag will be affirmative. So my wallet isn't here, is it? So as you know, we have here a sentence that is in negative. So the question tag should be affirmative. So just follow that those two rules, all going to be okay. They work. These question tags are usually used when we want that the other person confirms what we are saying. For example, I can say, does she have dark hair? Doesn't she? Like, ella tiene cabello negro, ¿o no? But the answer is always like just to confirm what I am saying. O sea, la respuesta siempre va a ser como para confirmar que estoy diciendo. That's how question tags work. And we have these two examples, and I have here the translations. For example, they are your schoolmates, aren't they? Ellos son tus compañeros de la escuela, ¿cierto? So these question tags can have different translation, but the meaning is the same. Puede tener diferentes traducciones, pero significa mucho. Aquí es verdad, ¿cierto? No. So it's the same, but in different version. And the same here. My wallet isn't here. Is it? Mi cartera no está aquí. ¿O sí? Oh, he doesn't work here. Does he? Él no trabaja aquí. No? ¿O sí? It's like almost the same we use in Spanish, but I think we don't usually very currently as a one person. So yeah. Oh, questions? Still here? So far so good? So let's move on. Okay. We should be careful because sometimes we have explicit what the verb will be in our question tag, and sometimes we have to guess what is the verb we have to put in the question tag. So for example, it is easier for us when we have these three sentences. The verb to be in present and past continuous. When we have she is studying, we already know that the question tag will be with the verb to be. Obviously, that is here in the third person. Here, verb to be in third person, but in negative. Okay? And in the past, they were playing basketball, weren't they? So when you see a sentence that presents the verb to be as here in present or in past, you already know that the question tag will be the same, but in the negative side. The second tense in which we can know that it will be the same is when we have the verb have, in present, and the past perfect. So when we have the verb have in a sentence as here, you have take my cookie. Oh, sorry, have in present perfect. So this was my mistake. You already know that here will be haven't because we are working with present perfect. So this is a structure have taste of present perfect. So when you see this in the sentence, you already know that you will have to put here the auxiliary haven't and follows the same structure. And also with past participle, with past perfect, sorry. She hadn't spoken. This is a structure of past perfect. So you already know that the question tag will have the auxiliary in past perfect. And the final ones are will and modal verbs. Tomorrow will be a great day. Warm it. So it just passed to its form in negative to do the question tag. And also with modal verbs as should, must, might. You already know that you are just going to pass the modal verb to its negative side. So when you see these forms present in the sentence, you already know how to formulate the question. And it's easy because you just have to pass is to is and where, and so on. But what happens when there is no implicit the verb that we're going to use? So here are the cases where you are not going to know the verb that we should use in the question tag. The first case is when we have present and past simple in verbs that are in general that don't have this is the verb to be. There are other common verbs. For example, she learns very fast. Here we have learn in the third person in present. So we have to make use of an auxiliary. As we saw yesterday, I don't know if you remember, we didn't need indirect questions the auxiliary do. But here in the question tag, we're going to use that auxiliary to help us describe our question tag and represent the present in third person. Okay? So here we have third person, that is does, but it should be in negative, so it will be doesn't. Okay? And then we have the past simple. Here we have they broke my table. Broke is the simple of break. And here we're going to use the auxiliary do also, because we can put broke in a negative, like broken in D, we can do that. So we will make use of this auxiliary didn't, that is does, do in past and in negative, and that we can do it. So didn't they? Then the second case where it is not explicit the verb that we are going to pass to the question tag is when we have as a verb. So just have, no present perfect, no past, just have. So when we have this, for example here, you have my book. We're going to make use also of the auxiliary do. So we are going to use here also do to make the question back. So here we have you, so it is not third person, so it corresponds to, but in the negative form of the question tag, don't. And here, when also we have to, as you have to do this, you have to do your homework, etc. When we have this in a sentence and we want to put its corresponding question tag, we're going to make use also of the auxiliary do. Okay? So here we have he, third person, that we represented here with does, but it should be here is in affirmative. We need the question tag in negative, so that's why we put doesn't he. Okay? And the exception is when we have this structure, have got. So that structure always goes together, and when we got it in the sentence, we must put here haven't we. So it is not like the one, well, it is almost the same as I wrote in the last slide of certain purpose, so that it is not that confusing. But when you have this have got together, just always remember that you are going to put, well, here is we, it's not per person, we put have, but in the negative form, haven't. Okay, so far there's any questions? It is really easy, as you can like see. It is not that complicated. You just have to take into account, well, just know that when you have the verb to be in the others, like in the next, like you will know what you should put in the question tag. You just have to be aware that when you have common verbs that are to be, you will have to make use of the auxiliary do. Okay? So we're going to make some examples so that is more clear for you. And also, yeah. Okay, so did you repeat? So, can you guys do the first one, do the second one? So for example, here you have to put the question tag. So you have to put what is missing here. That will be the question. But we have to put all the sentence. If you want to, but it is not necessary. You can just put the answer. Okay. Thank you. You see? Yeah. If you have that, you can ask. Number 12.
Language. Okay, so you have this verb that is have. So when we have the verb have,
Number 13. Words. You have to put the question. Nobody from time. The question part, if you have negative, nobody negative word, so nobody is doing nobody. You, me, they, we. Okay, take your time. Yeah, nobody, but there's somebody. They. So it's only for you. Okay. And we're going to do it. The page is positive. Here. Now, you. Okay, so we're going to revise them together. So the first one, David plays tennis. Is the first question that correct? No. No? Why? Can someone tell me why?
Is the action
Exactly. It doesn't have verb to be. It has a common verb. So what do we use? Yeah, that's the correct answer. Thank you so much. So the second one, she has got two brothers. What do we have there? What is has got? What is has got? Present. Come on, guys. It's present perfect. So when we have present perfect, we will put. Yeah, because it's the same. Okay, so it will be hasn't she. That's correct. Okay, the third one. You can swim. Is this correct? No. Why? Yeah, it's a modal verb. So how it will be here? Oh. Okay. Thank you. Then Megan is Marian. Isn't she? It's okay? Yes? Yes. They are here. Are they? It's correct? Yes. Kate doesn't teach Spanish. It's correct? Yes. Okay. You didn't lose your book, did you? It's correct? Yes. Why you're not sure? I mean, this is our main verb, didn't? So just remember that. Okay. So we can come alone. Is this correct? Yes. Well, you can put cannot, but I will suggest you put just can, so it sounds more soft. Number 9. They have 3 children. First, how about today? No, because here we're just using have as a normal verb. It's not in present perfect nor past perfect. So the late, it's okay. He isn't your boss. Is he? Is correct? Yes. Why your doubting? What do you think? Is correct? Yes. Yes. He isn't your boss.
no, because en lugar de que ella es you, no estás.
No. Okay. But you were okay. I mean, you were right because you have verb to be here. So it is okay to put it here. But I want you just to know your opinion. But just remember that whenever we have verb to be in present or in past, it will be the same in the question tag, but in the opposite side. For example, we have, sorry, here we have negative, it will be positive, okay? So, number 11, just speak English. Don't you? It's okay? Is it okay? Yes. Yes, yes. 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 Okay. Yeah, because we have a verb that is not the verb to be here. It's other verb. So we use the auxiliary do for the question tag. Then he visited his grandparents last weekend. Doesn't he? Is this correct? Why? So how it will be? Yeah. So we have the sentence in past. So yeah, we make use of the auxiliary do because we have this verb that it's not verb to be. But we should pay attention to the tense, to the time. So we are going to use the auxiliary do, but as this verb is in past, our auxiliary should be in past too. So the past of the auxiliary do is there. Okay? So the number 13, he didn't say the truth. Did he? It is okay? He didn't say the truth. Is it okay? Yes. And he will do the shopping. Won't he? Yes. Why? Because we have will, that is the future, in its positive, its negative form, want. Okay? So then, 15, he goes to the gym every day. Doesn't he? Is it okay? Yes. Yes? Do you know why? Uh-huh. Okay, yeah, perfect. Then, number 16. I'm sorry, I'm speaking too loud. I put one extra. I think we didn't do this one. I'm sorry, I'm speaking too loud. How it will be? What is this? It's verb to be because it's I am. So, how it will be here? But if this sentence is in affirmative. Okay, so I'm not. But when here is the thing, when we have the I person and specifically I am, the question tag in the question tag we use are. So it will be are and I. So it is an exception. So just remember that whenever you face this and, the question tag will be with are, unless it is not their corresponding form of the verb. Okay, so it will be are and I. And nobody home last night? Today? Yeah, and I will explain this because I think it was like the most difficult one. Nobody, this word is already negative. Nobody, we're not talking about me, we're not talking about you, we're not talking about we, we're talking about they. We're referring to others, not to us. So that is why we put they. Okay, so it is positive because this word is already meaning negative. Nobody, nothing. It's a negative word. So that's why we put in the question tag affirmative. Okay? So there's any question? You can start.
Sure, this subject is pertaining to right? Final question.
Okay, reformulate.
Okay.
So that I can. Yeah. Take your time.
For example, when I use right in the final of the sentence, for example, she can sleep right.
Okay, so yeah, I know what you're referring to. That, for example, the word right is used in like colloquial English. When you're talking to a friend, like, oh, she can swim, right? Ella puede nadar, ¿verdad? But when that word is not a question tag. These are the question tags, and the question tags are its feature is that it contains a verb and subject. So as you know, right is a word, so it doesn't it doesn't fit in the question tags. So these are just the question tags, and always in the question, this is the question tag. Just the as you can know, we only have the verb and the subject, the verb and subject. Here is like the auxiliary use, but it contains the verb also. Okay. Did I answer your question? Yes. Okay. So, any other question?
Can I take it for the previous slide?
Yeah, I can share the presentation with you. So you can have it like later. Don't worry. Okay, so we're going to do a little speaking activity. Can you scan this code and pass it to the group so everyone can have it? Okay, so do you all have it? Is someone missing?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, good. Okay, so raise your hand if you have already like the PDF. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you have it? Yes. Do you have it?
Or video.
No, the PDF. Yeah. Okay. So I think everyone have it. So what we're going to do is that you have 20 statements that are spent a lot of money in club, isn't afraid of spiders, went to the last time. So I want you to write like in your face, who of your classmates think do that statement. For example, the first one is spend a lot of money. So I want you to write in that space or in your notes. Who do you think spends a lot of money on clothes? For example, I think from here the one that spends most a lot of money on clothes is Alexandra. It's Alexa. So I will write her name in the first. Okay? So and that's with the others. Isn't afraid of spiders. You're going to write the name of your classmate that you think is not afraid of spiders. For example, I think Cynthia is not afraid of spiders. So I want you to do that. You can just put the name of one of your classmates twice. solamente pueden poner, por ejemplo, Alexa dos veces en 6 minutes. Okay, so just do that quickly. You have 5 minutes to put the names of your family. Do you have it? Yeah. Do you have it? Puedo pasarme con we have
Yo también lo mismo.
just I hope you remember all your classmates' names. Or if not, you can describe the person you're talking about. Who do you Yeah, that's why I'm doing this activity because we know each other,
Ya la reunión con Frida no se va a morir. Para aprovechar. You cannot ask who did what. You just have to guess. No, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. You cannot ask to anyone. You just have to put the names you guess. Okay? Yeah. If you do not describe how does that
left. 2 minutes left. Quick, quick. What? Jungle? Yes. No. Jungle or couple? Did you finish? Just 2 minutes more, okay? 2 minutes more. No, 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 you cannot. You cannot. Alexa, do you One minute. Okay, guys, time to stop. So stop writing
statement, you say how? About there. 14? Yeah. 10? 7? Okay, well, now I want you to like stand up and make a question to the person you put in that statement. So, for example, if you're going to put, you spend a lot of money on clothes, don't you? You're going to ask that question to the person you choose, okay? And you have to count how many do you have correct, okay? How many do you have correct? If you have it correct in your guess, you're going to put a check. If not, just very going to put a okay? So, stand up and ask your classmates that question. You haven't you? Because haven't you? Okay, so how many video
got correct? Okay, we're going to start here. Patricio, how many did you get correct? Just one? Okay, okay. Okay, Christian, how many?
Yeah.
Just one? Okay. Let's see. Renata, right. How many did you get correct? Did you get correct? Natalia. How many did you get correct? 9? Okay. Okay. 10? Okay. 10 also? Or 10? Oh my god, okay. Okay. 10. Okay, I will just put the same here. 10? Do you got 10 correct? Oh my god. Okay. Alexa. 10? 10? Okay. That's weird. Okay. Here?
6.
6? Okay. I mean, that's more personal. Over there?
5.
5? Okay, 5. Sorry. Here? 10? Okay? 4. 4. Okay, over there?
3.
3. None? So, who got, okay, I have a question for those who got 10. I mean, you can have a really good luck, but you didn't ask before asking for real, right? It's real. 100. 100% honest, right? Yes. Okay, that's perfect. Well, I was going to choose the one who had like more guesses correct, and I was going to give them Andy, but as I don't really know because that's okay. I don't know where. Okay, so I will just give you a handy for all of you next class. And yeah, thank you so much for your participation.